How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about what to invest in for tomorrow's either Freeze Team 2, whether it's Road to the Final Team 3. I'm sure we'll find out. This video is being recorded before content. I'm sure we're going to get a loading screen today, kind of hinting at what we're going to get. Regardless of what we do get, this video will be fine. We're expecting another promo team, whatever that promo team is tomorrow. These investments will hold. Now, there's not really too much to talk about, or there's not too many players to invest in, honestly. Today we had a strong rewards day where we saw cards kind of go up a little bit, which is good. But a lot of the golds, they're not really that great as far as investing and flipping and all that at this stage. But some of the specials did well. The team of the week's out. So we're going to take a look at some of these cards. We're going to talk about what happened last week and what we saw was the most profitable method. We can start off with Sadio Mane. Now, I don't know if he is right here on the front page. He's not. But with Sadio Mane, what we saw last week was he got a freeze card. Now, the freeze card opened up very high, and then, it slowly declined as we got into the week. But, a fairly, not too much. It was fairly priced, honestly. But what we saw with his inform is his inform, obviously being a left winger, the freeze was a striker. Now look at that big price gap. The cards are very similar, keep in mind. Looking at the stats, really all the Mane gets is a big shooting boost. That was really one of the main things, for that card. Now looking at, Mane's price, his inform really didn't get affected too much. His inform actually went up because of the huge price gap. So if you see, say, I wouldn't say a Neymar. If you see any cards that really have a special card that have this huge gap in between, expect the special card to rise up. Now, Mane's gold actually went down, and this was just due to the fact the gold cards are becoming more and more irrelevant. Here was his price. We'll actually zoom in on the 1 month here. Where are we? Friday. So here's what happened. He did rise up a tiny bit when he was out of packs, but nothing major where you can make good coins flipping. I would stay away from cards like this at this stage, but his gold card did end up taking a big hit, about 20k, and I just think the gold cards are more and more irrelevant. Now today his gold bounced back a little bit just due to rewards flipping and stuff and him being out of packs, but I imagine this card will go down again next week below 180 on Xbox. But this is what's going to happen. The gold cards are becoming more and more irrelevant. So it's kind of tough to, I guess, predict what's going to happen. Now, looking at some of the other cards during that road to the freeze, we saw a big decrease on Rashford. We saw some big decreases in some of the other gold cards. And again, this was just due to the fact that, these gold cards are becoming more and more irrelevant. As you can see, the same thing happened to Varane. And I'd imagine if we get some more specials in these guys, similar positions, we're gonna see the same kind of trend happen. I guess we can look at Son. Son's very low priced, but as you can see, even from that Friday, he did dip down a little bit too. And I think, the same thing's gonna continue to happen. Now, this is a card that interests me. There is rumor of a Cam Neymar coming. It wouldn't surprise me if it was to come out. Now, Neymar was an interesting card because he's got a lot of hype around him and he's very low priced. And so this is one of the few gold cards that has rebounded. Now, Neymar also has no special cards, meaning this is the only version that you can use in the game. Hence why he's going to fluctuate a little bit differently than the rest of the golds now, because we're now in, middle of December and this guy still has no special cards. So he's a card that you definitely want to keep an eye out for. We'll take a look at Ronaldo, Mbappe, and then we'll move on to some of our other moves that we can make. Now, personally, like I said, even Ronaldo dropped down. Personally, I'd avoid gold cards. The only cards I would look to get would be at lightning rounds on Friday. Now, the reason why these meta cards I get at lightning rounds is you'll see a little bit of panic that time. We saw that last time around with the icons and stuff. What you guys want to be doing is you want to pick up special cards with the big gaps. Look for players that have big price gaps like we saw with Sadio Mane. The freeze card is 1.5 million more expensive than the inform, and he has a position change and his upgrades are a little bit better, but I don't think that really warrants a 1.5 mil increase. Now, unless I'm missing something on the card, I don't know, it just doesn't reckon. And Mbappe did the same thing, another drop on the gold card, so I'd avoid the gold cards, honestly, heading into this promo. it's just not worth it in my opinion. And even today with a little bit of an increase, I think they continue to drop down. Now, looking at, again, some of the special cards, Renato Sanchez, one that wasn't in the team at all anyways, he actually didn't do too bad from Friday. Yeah, he dipped down a little bit as we just get more and more alternatives. That's what's going to continue to happen to these cards. Really, I would just look to just be careful. And if you are flipping cards, keep in mind, you buy during lightning rounds on Friday, sell overnight or sell Saturday morning, because these cards are going to continue to take a hit. Now, looking at some of the freeze cards, I mean, we took a look at Mane. His price kind of decreased. Freeze cards, I don't know. They don't really interest me as far as flips go. I mean, even here you saw a small flip on Xbox, but these promo cards this year have always come in very, very expensive to start. And I just say try to avoid. Honestly, I'm just not a big fan of flipping these guys overnight on Fridays at the moment. Just the current market is just too fear-driven, I guess. But with the promo, we have gotten some pretty decent SBCs. Now, fodder has been a different story. Now, fodder has done very, very well. We did predict that in our Footmiss. I know Footmiss didn't come out, but the Footmiss investment guide has done well. A lot of the fodder that we recommend has gone up on days. Now, keep in mind, fodder as a whole is up due to that Icon SBC that came out. I mean, 86s are up a good amount. I know PK was like 20k last week. He's 33k on Xbox now. Just two huge rises, heading in. We had a nice one there, and then, big, 15k increase on a card like this. This is what's going to happen. I think fodder, you do have to be careful with, but if you see some cards that are a little bit lower, we've seen a lot of 84, 85 rated SBCs and stuff, potentially, you could pick up some that are a little bit low. You can use them as sniping filters and stuff like that, but I would definitely be careful because these cards are, they're really, really inflated. So it's tough to kind of judge what the best thing to invest in is. We are expecting probably league upgrades soon, so it might not hurt to pick up your rare golds at around discard price. Obviously, from the popular leagues and popular positions, that did well last time around on Black Friday. I think it'd be very good to do this time around. I think this weekend we're likely going to see some league upgrades or something like that heading into Christmas week. If not, next week we would get it, I think. But some of those bigger things are coming. Now, with fodder being said and, all that, it's a tough market to kind of invest in and stuff. And I know that, it's hard to try and find those good flips. But realistically, my best bet for you guys in buying is going to be at lightning rounds. Just the way the current market is, lightning rounds kind of brings a bigger dip than the market can handle, and then we do see some buying in Friday and into the evening. So I guess that's your best bet on making coins recently. Other than that, I mean, these cards are going to continue to dip down. I think the golds are slowly dying. We'll take a quick look at icons just because I've had a few questions about them recently. Icon market's doing fairly well. We saw kind of a big dip on the big boys. It looks like a little bit of supply is coming in on them. Especially Eto, we saw, a 200k drop on that card today. And I think that was just due to the fact that we're starting to see a little bit more supply. Now, I had a question about, what to do when it comes to the, big cards like R9 and stuff like that. Now, with a card like R9, and these big cards that are kind of extinct, with no supply of them on the market, the mid is going to stay fairly high because there's just no supply of the other version yet. Once the Prime starts getting in some supply, I'd expect these mid versions to kind of come down a little bit more, just due to the fact that their alternative is finally on the market, and this should drive, R9 down a little bit more on both consoles. And the same goes with all those other cards, Eusebio and all of them, Zidane. Once these Primes start getting put on the market more, you're going to start to see that the mids and other versions will drop down. With that being said, that'll wrap up the video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to support the channel a little bit more, feel free to become a channel member. You can join from the description, or if you're on desktop, please feel free to go on the channel and just click the join button and support us. With that being said, like I said, the video is done. If you enjoyed, please drop a thumbs up. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll try to answer as soon as I can. And, subscribe if you're new. And with that being said, until next time, guys.